Call the meeting to order. Let the record show that this is a special city council meeting held on Monday, August 1st. All members of council are present. The press has been duly notified and has once again chosen not to attend. Would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you would like to remain standing, please do so. Council is going to remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Council, before I entertain a motion for item number 1 on the agenda, today is a special event for someone in the city. And I think it's about time that we all stood up and wished Sylvia Szymanski a happy birthday today. Woo! And maybe we could all sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sylvia. Happy birthday to you.
Yay. And for your birthday, you got to come to a council meeting. Wow.
And there may be somebody special next council meeting, too.
Oh.
Council, item number 1 on the agenda is an executive session. I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, I'd like to make a motion that we move into executive session to discuss contractual matters concerning a land swap agreement with Mattamy Homes.
I have a motion by Dottie Hersey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ryan Richard. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Unanimous. Give us 5. Let the record show that Sylvia gave me a dirty look as she walked past me.
As she should.
Council is in open session. While in executive session, only the item on the agenda was discussed. No votes were taken other than return to open session. Item number 2 on the agenda is public comments. Are there any public comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to item number 2, which is unfinished business. Item number 3, thanks, Jen. 3A, second reading of an ordinance to annex and rezone. City Manager Charlie Funderburk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. As the mayor stated, this item is second reading of an ordinance to annex and zone the following tax map numbers. For the record, 644-00000016, 027, 038, 039, and 042 from RUD in the county to PDD in the city. These are properties that would be part of the Game On PDD. Council received a presentation on during the public hearing at your last regular scheduled meeting. As council has already given favorable first read on this, we would ask for a favorable second at this time.
Thank you, Charlie. Council, entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, I'd like to make a motion to approve the second reading of an ordinance to annex and zone the following tax map numbers: 644-000016, 027, 038, 039, and 042 from RUD in the county to PDD in the city.
I have a motion by Ryan Richard. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by David O'Neill. Any council discussion? There being none, call the question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Item number 3B on the agenda is a second reading of an ordinance to rezone tax map numbers. City Manager Charlie Funderburk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. This is the second portion of the same project. Some of the properties involved with this PDD are already in the city, and this would be to rezone those properties, which are 644-0101-030, 031, and 644-0101-344 from B1 and B2 in the city to PDD in the city. But again, those are the tracks that are part of this Game On PDD that are already in the city. As council has given a favorable first, we would ask for a favorable second at this time.
Thank you, Charlie. Council, entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the second reading of an ordinance to annex and rezone the following tax map numbers: 644-0101, 030, 0131, 344 from B1 and B2 in the city to PDD in the city.
I have a motion by David O'Neill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Jennifer Stalford. Any council discussion?
There was, I think, an error in the motion made. The second tax map number
Correct.
is 1031.
Correct.
You want me to reread that?
No.
You
Okay.
can just,
You're correct. We're good.
all right. Motion made by David O'Neill, second by Jen Stalford. Any council discussion? There being none, call the question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Item number 3C on the agenda is the second reading of an ordinance to annex and rezone the following tax map numbers. City Manager Charlie Funderburk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. Tonight before you is the second reading of an ordinance to annex and rezone the following tax map numbers, and to rezone them as, or from RUD in the county to PDD in the city. This is the Cadence property with Mattamy Homes. Those tax map numbers for the record are 644-0000-045, 047, 048, 049, 050, 051, 052, and 053.
From RUD.
Yeah, from
Okay.
RUD, yeah,
All
I
right.
did that part first, sorry. From RUD to PDD.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Charlie. Council, entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, motion to approve second reading of an ordinance to annex and rezone the following tax map numbers as part of a 100% annexation petition. 644-000045, 047, 048, 049, 050, 051, 052, 053 from RUD in the county to PDD in the city.
I have a motion by Jen Stalford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dottie Hersey. Any council discussion? Being none, call the question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Unanimous.
No,
Nope.
wasn't. Two opposed.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. So
it passes.
it passes with
3.
Dottie Hersey, Jen Stalford, and myself. Opposed, Ryan Richard and David O'Neill. Item number 3D on the agenda under unfinished business, which is the PRT Commission appointments. City Manager Charlie Funderburk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. It's your July 18th regular city council meeting. Council voted on 5 names to be appointed to the PRT Commission. After the meeting, staff did go back through the nomination ballots and realized that we had made an error. It was reported to council during the meeting that after the second vote for the tiebreaker, there was a majority decision on 2 names, but after recounting the ballots, we realized there was only majority for 1. Therefore, we ended up still with a tie with the other 2. We would need for council to vote to select either Ben Ullman or Emily Jackley to be the 5th member of the PRT Commission. My apologies to council on that error during the July 18th meeting.
In the past, council, we have cast ballots, which are, in my view, secret ballots, because we do not sign them. We just check a mark next to the person's name. It has come to my attention that the state's Attorney General has stated that council cannot cast secret ballots. Therefore, going forward from tonight, we will raise our hands for the person that we choose. So since we're going to go in alphabetical order, all of those in favor of Emily Jackley, please raise your hand. And that's a 4,
Yes.
so
You have 4.
Emily wins.
Okay. Thank you. And again, my apologies, council.
That's okay. Our apologies to Emily and Ben, too. But stuff happens.
Item number 4A on the agenda is the land swap agreement with Mattamy Homes. City Manager Charlie Funderburk.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of council. The land swap agreement is part of the PDD that was just passed. This agreement provides that upon Mattamy Homes closing on the aforementioned properties, they will deed to the city, plus it's 8.75 acres. Now that they have had it surveyed, I think we've referred to it as plus or minus 8.89. now that they do have a recent survey on it. It is 8.75 acres, and as part of that, the city would deed to them 6.9 acres that the city owns in the county that is situated within that PDD area. The city's proposed use of that property would be to use it as a wood chipping facility for our yard waste that we collect, limbs, leaves, things of that nature. We collect curbside from the residents. To be able to set up that mulching yard, that wood chipping facility, to be able to continue that operation for the foreseeable future. As this is a contractual arrangement with the city, it does require council's blessing on it for me to be able to move forward with that. So with that, Mayor, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Charlie. Council, I will entertain a motion for the land swap agreement.
Mr. Mayor, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve a land swap agreement with Matame Homes and authorize the city manager to execute said agreement.
I have a motion by David O'Neill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dottie Hersey. Any council discussion? There being none, call the question. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Item number 5 on the agenda, council comments. Ryan, you want to start us off?
I'd just like to say I'm excited to see what Brad and his team with this Game On facility and what's going to happen on the other side. Excited to see the way it turns out. And it seems that he's going to be moving forward pretty quickly with the athletic facility, and it'd definitely be an asset to TK.
Thank you, Ryan. Jen?
I just want to thank Carmen Miller and her realty team for
Yeah.
the very large donation that enabled the Living Memorial Gardens to be able to build a gazebo, which was on their wish list for a number of years now. So, thank you.
Thanks, Jen. Dottie?
And I would like to thank the mayor and Carmen Miller and Lakeshore Fellowship for the fantastic event that we had up at the Memorial Gardens, I guess it was last week now.
Yeah.
Where we paid tribute to our policemen, firemen, fire people, and emergency personnel. At a time when all we hear is bad news on the television and a lot of fine officers being killed around the country, it was really important that we came out and showed our support to those that put their life on the line for us every day, willingly. It was just a beautiful, very emotional, and very positive event. So I thank everyone that was involved in putting that on and anyone that attended for coming. It really meant a lot, I believe, to our PD and our fire department and our EMTs. So thank you very much. And I think we talked about doing this again in the future, even just getting together as a group up at the Memorial Garden sometime just to come together as a community for no reason or for any reason. And I just think that's a wonderful thing about the community in which we live. So thanks again.
Maybe when it's not so hot.
Well,
David?
Nothing more than that. That's perfect. Thank you.
That being it, entertain a motion to adjourn.
amen. Oh, I can't say that. I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn.
Motion by Dottie Hurst. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Jen Stalford. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.